Well, good afternoon. We're back in the world of Middle Earth, and we have returned to Elor to tell him of our various victories. Others will rise to take their place in time, I am certain of that, but we have earned a small reprieve for the moment. You have done very well and are to be congratulated. Ah, you have returned, and successful, I see. Perhaps the orc generals will feel less secure with the wall of goblin flesh thinned around them. In truth, though, this is but a small victory. The orc army is vast, and the Dunedain of the north are a dwindling people. Boy, he's so cheery, isn't he? This is a fine trophy. I am pleased that this Kill roams the earth no longer. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Though it may seem a hollow victory, know that each ark that perishes is one that cannot lay siege in the North Downs. Take this with my thanks. Well, he's very happy. And do we have anything else? Let me double check. That's Barrow Downs. Of course, Argoin, Fornos, Evendem, and yeah, I think we're done with him at least. Okay, so go back in here. Because I do believe, unless I'm mistaken, we might have done all that we can do. At least hopefully, all we can do for the people of the Stelden. I guess we're going to find out. If so, then all we have left is the epic. See. Melfendir is done with us, it seems. That's good. The only quest she should have is for Angmar, so we're not taking that one now. Ah! Your efforts are well known among here in Estelden. I am hopeful that you will assist me with a small task. Long ago, when I journeyed abroad, I taught Asiko, the chieftain of the Earthkin, in the Western letters. In return, he offered to write me a book describing their leatherworking methods. I need this book to fulfill a promise I made to a man in Trestlebridge, as I came north from Rivendell in the guise of a common leather worker. I promised to make for his people armor suitable to use against the orcs. Will you go to Asiko and ask for the book? The Earthkin are encamped northeast of here, just skirt the hill northward from the eastern entrance to Estelden. He would have a quest for me, wouldn't he? Well, let's make sure nobody else wants to talk to me. I'm still working on hers, and that is the one to find the founding stones. The last one, which we will find soon enough. This gentleman wants me to go to Tinadir, which is in Evendom, so we're not doing that yet. This one is my Runekeeper trainer, and that one is going to be done soon enough. For a second there, I thought the stable master had a ring over his head. I was going to say, what? Okay. It looks like that might have been the only gentleman that had anything for me. So I guess we're going to go see the Earthkin again. I'm sure Asiko will be happy to say hello. Or happy to say hello. What did I say? Did I say hi to say hello? I don't even know. Well, we're going to head out here. Hopefully this quest doesn't involve a whole lot of back and forth, because we were kind of hoping to start the 3 epics and get the final little details done while we do them. Hello, Melvin dear. How are you? You must get awfully tired standing there all the time. Of course, for all we know, as soon as we turn our back on the NPCs, they probably sit down, take a coffee break, smoke a pipe, whatever they do when we're not looking. Oh, and yeah, I also have to empty my bags too. Cannot forget that, because we are in overflow. Look at all this stuff overflowing our bags. You have aided us well. The time for battle is very near now. One last thing I ask. Take this to Opricor, the dwarf mines northwest of here, and give it to Quartermaster Orgren. This satchel contains many healing herbs we collected as part of our pact with the dwarf there, who will also aid us. Be well. We may not meet again. Okay. At least the quest he gave me is going somewhere I already need to be. Huh, you come from my book. I had not thought on those days for long and long. Are you Gondrick? No, you are not he. You must forgive me, but it is difficult to know. You little folk look so much alike to the Surilima, and my mind is on the pain of my own people. My people's pride binds us. I do not wish to raise arms against my brothers, but I have been forced to do so. I will fight them when the time comes, though it does not please me. I am also bound by honor, and that honor must be satisfied, even in the face of the first hunter's betrayal. I know only names, not faces. The name I know is Gondrak, a man who knows well the crafting of leather and tanned hides. I promised to share with him the secrets of our art in return for the letters he once taught me. I wrote a book for the man before the betrayal, but it is lost now, to the Radalima to the east. I dare not go there yet. Will you go to the camp of the traders and find the book for me? Of course. I can do that. Well, luckily that is not so far away. It is not so far a distance that we can't do that easily. Where are we going? Okay, where are we? We are... Ah, I've lost myself. Ah, there I am. And the quest that we are on... Techniques of the Master. Okay. Alright, so we'll head over. I'm assuming that little blue spot is where we're looking. Yep, it is. And it should be in that same camp of Earthkin that we were in a couple times already. And maybe we'll even see the roving thread again. But we'll be avoiding him. Because as fun as it would be to see me smushed into Roomkeeper Jelly, I want to get a move on. Because we have been in the North Downs for far too long. And I still have a bunch of Slayer deeds to do before I can... Wow, that was some lag. Before I can move on. Of course, those will be done off screen. Nobody wants to see me do all that. Okay, slow down for a second. Yeah, because I still have to do finish goblins, shades, trolls, wargs, and worms. That's a lot of deeds to do. Ah, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to close this. Silly. Silly, silly. We're not picking up much anything. We're picking up the ore because I already have a space for that in my bag, but my bag is kind of full. So once we're done with this, and hopefully it won't take much, we'll be going back to Stelden, pausing so I can empty my bags, and then we'll be able to continue. And wouldn't you know? So, remember I said there was a spot where things were much higher level? It says you do not have the corresponding quest. It's a good thing they did that, because people would have likely been curious, gone inside and gotten smushed for the trouble. Because those mobs, if I remember right, are probably in the 60, 65 range at the very least. Because they are for a quest much later on. Ah, and here's Asiko's book. So what am I doing with it? Am I delivering it to Asiko? I am. Okay. It's part of a quest chain where you gather the Grey Company together to come to the aid of Aragorn. And since that one goes through... Hold on. I know it. Not done on Inadwaith. And Inudwave, I'm pretty sure, is in the 65 range. I'm guessing the mobs in there are about that level too. 60 to 65. So you're level 30 just wanting to look and see what that is. Well, yeah, no. Wouldn't work out too well for them. But that's where that is. So I finally found it. I was going to go in there. Y'all would have really gotten to see me get squished into Runekeeper Jelly. Probably would have been funny too. Go around this little pond. Yeah, I've got some lag going on. I don't know if it's me or the game. I mean, I don't have anything else running other than the game. There we go. Now I remember where I'm at. Oh, that iron deposit's back again. Well, I guess we'll pick it again. Ah, Seiko, I have brought you what you asked. In a time past, I would ask my brethren for the book, and it would be given freely. Since the arrival of the men of the North, my brethren have changed. They have forsaken their oaths and follow the man without thinking of the damage they do to the land. It is sad that this book has to be taken from them with war and death, but honor says it must be so. Take this book to the little Gondrak and tell him honor is satisfied. May he use its knowledge well. Okay. And of course, if I had been at level, I wouldn't have just been able to traipse into the camp and grab the book. I would have had to kill multiple Earthkin to get to it. So, they're very fortunate that I'm over level and was not the least little bit interested in fighting them. Okay, as soon as I turn my back, I know you're going to sit down. This is a pretty impressive place, even in its state of disrepair. Now, who was I talking to? I guess he's over this way. Ah, my thanks to Seiko for his courtesy and to you for your assistance. With this lore, I will be able to craft the best possible armor I may for the people of Trestlebridge. Well, you're welcome. And shh, not another word out of any of you. I have killed orcs and wargs and goblins and trolls and earthkin and aurochs and spiders for you people. I'm done killing all the things. I'm done doing all your tasks. Okay? Okay. Now, we're going to take a quick break. I am going to clean out my bags, and then we're going to start working on the epic. Okay, we're back. And while I was emptying my bags, I remembered that one of the 3 epics had me go back to Trestlebridge to talk to Nellie Boskins, who is going to be, let's see, the least cooperative of the 3. And just for the record, I like her dress. I wouldn't mind that for my character. SSG, can we please have that as a cosmetic dress? Thank you. A Council of Esteldon. Have you taken leave of your senses, High Elf? Are you unaware of the dangers facing this town? The constant attacks we must endure? These men in the East, if they truly cared about the threats facing Trestlebridge, they would help us here with these arcs. We would not have to suffer as we have. We lost all those dear to us. No, I shall not come to the council, nor anything else, and I shall not be convinced otherwise. Now, if you have no other business, leave me to see to the defenses of this town. So, yeah, he's, not on the whole council bandwagon. And now we have to go back to Esteldon to tell them as much. Which is, of course, a very long ride. And that is this one. So, the 3 parts of this epic. 1, obviously, is to talk to and convince Nellie that coming to the council is a good idea. Obviously, we have momentarily failed at that task. So we have to go back to Esteldon. 2 is going to be to go over to Melunin and help over there with a problem. And then once we've helped them, they may or may not join the council. And 3 is to go to Othrakar and convince the dwarves to come to the council. And out of all 3, obviously this one is a little bit of a pain in the butt because you have to go all the way out to Trestlebridge only to have Nellie blow you off so you can go all the way back to Esteldon to tell Halberd that Nellie blew you off. And I can't remember what happens next, but we're going to find out soon. And while we're traveling, among the things that I love to do, other than game, is pretty much anything creative. So I've taught myself to crochet and knit. I dabble in writing. Or actually, I don't dabble in it, I'm a writer. I just haven't gotten anything that I feel worth attempting to publish yet. I love to do art, painting, drawing, illustrations. And you're like, but Bella, why are you telling us all this? Well, there is a point. So, being a small YouTuber, I obviously don't get any ad revenue. I don't make a single cent off of this. And being a small YouTuber, I'm not exactly attracting the attention of any sponsors. That's probably a good thing. And it's definitely, I'm going to be honest, probably for the best, because I'd laugh myself into a coma if someplace like Raid Shadow Legends said, hey, promote us. I'd be like, yeah, no. I don't do mobile games. I especially don't do mobile RPG games with lots of monetization. So, yeah, no. But what I have done is I have set up a Redbubble shop. And right now, my first 12 little illustrations are up there. So, I'm going to leave the link in the description box below. And if you want, you can go check out my shop and see what I have illustrated. And right now, it's Christmas themed because, of course, Christmas is right around the corner. So, yeah. Like I said, I'll leave a description, I'll leave a link. And if you want, go check it out. See what you think. Let me know. And either way, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate your subscriptions. I appreciate your views. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch my videos. And with all that being said, we are almost back at Estelden. So we're going to go talk to Halbert and say, you know what? Nellie's just not interested. She thinks y'all are full of it. And if you really want it to help her help, well, maybe you'd like to help her out first. Good, you've returned. It does not surprise me that Nellie refused to call to the council, but that does not matter now. Word has arrived here that a large contingent of orcs is moving on Trestlebridge. The people there are a strong folk, but I fear they are no match for these orcs and the chieftain who leads them. We must go to their aid. In the past, the orcs that have attacked have been of the Tarkrip tribe. The bloodlust of that tribe usually causes them to throw themselves heedlessly into battle without forethought. The orcs that now move on Trestlebridge appear to be of the more powerful Ongbirds tribe. The warriors are stronger and more skilled. The townsfolk will not be able to stop them. I would send a party of my men to aid them, but all my kin are dealing with matters in the east. You and I may reach them in time, however. You have done much already, but I would ask for your help in the battle. Gather what warriors you can and return to me, but make haste. Trestlebridge does not have much time. Says suggests that you complete the quest while in a fellowship. Inspiration will assist you if you choose to undertake the challenge alone or with a smaller group. All right, so we are we get to at least take this quest from here. Hint, when it's over, we're going to be back in Trestlebridge and have to do this ride all over again. Or actually, no, maybe we won't. Is there a milestone here? Because that would sure be handy right now. I mean, a milestone here. Yeah, I lose the milestone at Bree, but that's not that big a deal because there's a fast travel from Estelden to Bree. All right, so we're looking around. I think it might be up front near the stable. So let's go check that out. And we might save ourselves a little time this time. Wow. Words. That was a word salad. Founding stone. Milestone. Yay, there's a milestone. Yes. I will set this as the milestone. And actually, my milestone was still set in Cellendham. Wasn't even at Bree. So now we have Estelden. We already have one. We have Oscaruth. We have one for Bree already. Okay, so we have travel skill for Bree. But yay. Alright. Now that we've done that, Halbert, we're ready to go. Oh, and another thing. I said I was out of food. I'm not out of food. I just forgot where that was. Now, we don't have a bunch of really great food, but we have food. Yes, I'm ready to go. You know what? The game's kind of quiet. I just realized that. Audio. I will leave that down. Alright, let's see if that helps. The Arks are nearly upon the town. Come with me quickly. We must convince Miss Boskins of the threat that is nearly upon her. Alright, so while he's talking to her, let me get some food in my belly. And while he's arguing with her, I am going to go over to the bridge. Or maybe I'm going to follow this guardsman. Arks of a kind we have never seen before approach. And oh, the fight has already begun. These Arks, they are unlike any I've ever fought before. How shall we stand against such creatures? Well, we're here to help you. Are there numbers without limit? It does seem that way sometimes. Huzzah! Trestle Bridge is saved. How do you know for sure? Halberd. We have done well this day. I am indebted to you as well for your aid, as I fear the battle would have turned against the free people had you not been here. I must leave now, and I hope it is not too much to ask of you to stay behind. I would ask that you ensure the people of Trestlebridge remain safe through the night, then return to me in Esteldon. This was a great victory, my friend, a great victory indeed. And I'll take you back to Nellie's house.
Elrond has healed Frodo of its wound, and now the time has come to decide the fate of the Rotten Ring. I can see no other path than that which leads to Mount Doom. Who then shall defend Eriador against the shaft of Capital?
Okay. Always did like the cutscenes in this game. They're very interesting. I must apologize to you, for I fear my behavior toward you was nearly unforgivable. I see now that the constant orc attacks were nothing compared to what Angmar could bring to bear on this small town. You and the Ranger Halberd have risked your lives to save my people. I am in your debt. Well, you're welcome. The debt I owe you and the Rangers cannot be repaid easily, but I hope to make a start of it by answering Halberd's call to the council. Whatever strength the men of Trestlebridge can lend to Halberd's endeavor shall be his to command. Please go tell Halberd that I will come to this Esteldon as soon as I settle matters here. I am still responsible first to my people, but I see now that the free peoples of the North Downs must stand together if we are to remain free. Thank you, my friend. Well then, thank you, Steam, for choosing to tell me that I have an update right in the middle of all this. Alright, so, since we're here, I'm going to run around real quick just to make sure nobody popped up any rings. Nobody suddenly has decided they need to talk to me. I hope not. I've certainly done plenty already for them. Although I could have sworn there used to be a quest chain that went down into the valley where that little bitty hut was that I showed you. Quite a while back, I think. But I haven't seen anything. So it could be just another thing that has disappeared in the annals of time. But, okay. There are no looming quests here that I can see. And, oh. Poor guy. He looks kind of despondent, but at least he got freed from the stocks. Nice. Usually it's like you turn around and they're right back there because you finished the quest already, but he's actually free. So awesome. And we are going to return to Estelda now. Because we didn't go through all the trouble of finding that milestone not to use it. Now, we could go talk to Halbert and tell him that we have Nellie's help, but we're not, because we have 2 more places to head. And one of them is over at Melionin, and the other one is over at Othrakar. I think we're going to go to Othrakar first. I know, I just passed up an ore deposit. Miracle, huh? But we have places to be and dour hands to kill. So we'll skip it for the moment. Because I want to try to wrap up at least the quest portion of North Downs. It's, well, in this video if I can. Though I don't think I'm going to be able to. I think we might be able to do this one and then leave. Oh, hello, Quartermaster. Eh, what is this? Ah, the herbs promised by the Jorskin. Thank you for bringing them. They are strange allies, are they not? But these times are dangerous, and any force we can raise to halt the advance of Angmar is welcome. The Jorskin seem to have an odd affinity for plants, though they do not raise crops. I am not sure where they learned such lore, but it is of great value to us now. Many of us shall doubtless be wounded in the battles to come, and the poultice that can be made from these herbs are potent for healing. Well, you're welcome. Okay, so at least that one's done. Oh, and this guy here is our Runekeeper trainer. And I will do that next time too, because that one is going to require me to defend Othrakar from a few waves of mobs. But Hanar, you seek Dory. Alas, Dory has been captured by the Dourhands. An envoy of the traders just left and said that if we did not turn over the miners to them, Dory would be killed. A council of the free people? How could we give thought to a council with Dory gone? It was only with Dory's arrival and the hoard of gems he brought that hope began to creep back into our hearts. But Dory has been captured, the gems lost, and hope is stolen away. If those rangers wish to have the help of the dwarves of Othrakar, then Dory must be freed. You, if you are a ranger's envoy, must do this, and if you desire our presence at the council. Dory is likely being held in the Dourhands camp to the west of Othrakar. Free Dory and escort him to safety. Once he is free, we will make our decision regarding the council of yours. Okay, so Dory has been captured. And I've been told that if the dwarves here are to agree to any form of meeting, the Dory must be rescued. So, that's what we're going to go do. We're going to go rescue Dory. And because we're doing this alone, we're going to get an inspiration boost once we free Dory himself. But for now, I have discovered Oscalamore, and I have completed a deed, the Eastern Ruins. Another good thing about doing all quests is that getting discovery deeds done is a lot easier. And the final founding stone, the monument's face is inscribed with the faded words, Carnugland, founded in the name of Malvegal, king of Arthedain, with the skill of Thorhador, the dwarf, and his kindred, was this town built. United in purpose, may dwarves and Nan be ever bonded in friendship. So, we have actually finished that, and we'll be able to complete that quest. And we're just going to go blah, 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 and bypass all these dwarves, because we'll be doing plenty of fighting soon enough. We will clear these couple of things here. Dory, what trouble did you get yourself into? Well, it's about time. These dour hands took the hoard of gems I brought. We've got to get them back. LOTRO is depending on them. Come on now, before the dour hands get suspicious. And he's like, oh, stay close to me. Because he's actually what's giving me the inspiration boost. So we have to actually stay near him in order to keep the inspiration boost. Oh, you. Alright. And of course, he's got to kill everything in sight. I don't think he's a big fan of the dour hands at all. Not much further. I'm still going to kill everything on the way. Just a moment. All right, I've got the gems. Let's be off. Yeah, let's be off. Come on. Go, get a move on. I know you're a dwarf, but I'm short too, and I can run faster than that. Dory, if I was any closer, I'd be fused with you. For LOTRO. Hey, he's behind me killing some birds. And of course, this whole thing's going so fast that my morale never gets all the way up. That's funny. And yet, still twice as much as what I usually have. Nope, there it goes finally. And at last, free of the dour hands. You have escorted Dory to safety. I can make it to Othrakar from here. Well, I'll be there as soon as I grab this gold. Because I may have passed up the rich iron, but I still need that gold for crafting. Alright, so we have rescued Dory. We finished an exploration deed. And we found the final marker. I'd say that's a pretty good bit of work there. Okay, that tree's a little too round. Alright, we're not going to quibble about the random graphics we don't like. Although, I will be honest, I'd say everything from the beginning to about Moria could use with a huge graphics update. But, considering it's a 10-year-old game, no, 14-year-old game, it's not holding up too bad. You have done a great thing for the dwarves of Othrakor this day. Dory arrived not long before you and is resting inside, but he told us of your valiant rescue. We are at your service. Before he retired, I told Dory of your message about this Council of Estelden. He recommended that we should go, and I agree with him. The dwarves shall lend their might to the council and free all of the North Downs from the clutches of the enemy. Go now and tell the rangers we shall come. All right, so we have done that. And next time we will do the Lore Master. Wow, I'm stuck with Lore Master for some reason. We'll do the Runekeeper quest here. And then we'll go over to Melionin and help them out. But until then, bye for now.